Logan Paul has just revealed how much he's made from 99 originals. He sold Polaroid images that he's taken over 99 days, including physical copies of the purchased items, and other prizes such as boxing ring walk, shares in his energy drink company Prime Hydration, and more. After auctioning off 98 of the 99 originals, Logan Paul Originals DAO is worth $2.3 million.
Logan Paul has landed in another heated NFT controversy, and fans can't help but notice. It's starting to feel like deja vu. Most people already remember how Logan got tangled up in the CryptoZoo mess, the same project that was publicly exposed by CoffeeZilla. That whole situation crushed his reputation after so many buyers claimed they were left with useless tokens and broken promises that never came true. But instead of fixing things quietly, Logan went on the defensive. He filed a defamation lawsuit against CoffeeZilla, seemingly trying to steer the story instead of taking full responsibility. While that legal fight is still ongoing, another storm has been brewing behind the scenes. Logan reportedly filed a temporary restraining order and injunction against Heritage Auctions. The reason? It's connected to a high-profile deal involving what was said to be an authentic, game-used Michael Jordan court floor collectible. But soon after, collectors and insiders started questioning whether the piece was as genuine as it was claimed to be. And once those doubts started spreading, the drama blew up quickly. What makes it even messier is the twist most people didn't catch. Logan didn't just buy the item as a simple collector's move, it was allegedly linked to his NFT project, 99 Originals. That's the same one where he promised to capture 99 major moments from his life and turn them into one-of-a-kind digital assets meant to grow in value over time. It all sounded creative and exclusive on paper, but when the project finally rolled out, a lot of supporters were left scratching their heads. Collectors connected to 99 Originals have been voicing frustration across Reddit and X.
Logan Paul has revealed how much money he's made from 99 Originals. While NFT collections are generally something of a recycled disappointment,
one of my buddies actually sends me Logan Paul's story where he's announcing the 99 Original that he's selling for that day. And the main perk of it is you get to come on as a guest for Impulsive. So I looked at it and I was like, that's actually a pretty decent perk. No idiot is going to pay over $100,000 for it.
Saying they never got proper updates or clarity about what was really going on. People expected 99 Originals to deliver real utility and genuine returns. But after the hype faded, the project went silent. Supporters were left with no clear answers about where the value was actually supposed to come from. And because of Logan's history with CryptoZoo, fans can't help but draw comparisons and wonder if it's all happening again. This latest situation has triggered massive online debates about accountability. Though no official legal action has been announced, still, one thing's certain. Logan Paul is once again in the hot seat, and public trust is hanging by a thread. The spotlight came back in April 2024 when he officially launched 99 Originals, a collection of 99 Polaroid photos promoted as rare snapshots of his life story. But ever since that flashy launch, confusion and silence have only made people more suspicious. Logan claimed he spent 99 straight days traveling over 84,000 miles, documenting each stop through Polaroid photos that were later turned into one-of-one NFTs. Each token was said to be completely unique and impossible to duplicate. Buyers were promised all kinds of perks, from access to a private community called Originals DAO to high-resolution digital scans, and even the chance to redeem the actual Polaroid later on, reportedly verified by PSA. Logan hyped the project as a mix of art, storytelling, and ownership of a real moment from his life. On the surface, it sounded original and personal. But financially, the setup raised serious questions. According to the project's own breakdown, nearly half of the funds, about 49%, went straight to Logan himself, while 50% was reserved for the community treasury and the rest for collaborators and royalties.
YouTube star and pro wrestler Logan Paul suing Dallas-based Heritage Auctions. At issue is a section of basketball court that Paul bought for $500,000, signed by Michael Jordan from the Chicago Bulls. Heritage marketed it as being on their floor from 94 to 98, part of those championship seasons. Paul is questioning its authenticity, but in a statement to WFA, Heritage Auctions says they stand behind every item they sell.
That split instantly raised eyebrows among more seasoned collectors who knew how these setups usually work. From there, things started to feel uneasy. Logan's huge fan base naturally brought in a wave of trust. Many supporters jumped in without reading the fine print or understanding the long-term roadmap. Back in 2022, one 99 Originals NFT reportedly sold for 40.25 ET, around $43,000 at that time. The buyer was promised something wild, 1% of Logan's next fight revenue. But right after the sale, people began asking the obvious question, would that payout ever actually happen? On Reddit and X, skepticism spread fast. Some users claimed that Logan would get paid long before anyone who spent thousands on JPEGs with no clear utility ever saw a cent in return. Their frustration wasn't about waiting. It was about transparency, timing, and whether these perks were more flash than substance. For those who remembered CryptoZoo, this sounded all too familiar. That project exploded with hype, sold NFTs priced between $20,000 and $40,000, and reportedly made Logan millions. Later, he said he personally put up around $2.3 million for a buyback program. But to many, that looked more like PR cleanup than true accountability. CryptoZoo launched in 2021 with big promises. A full blockchain game where NFT eggs would hatch into animals, breed, and generate rewards. But the game never came to life. Investors lost out, and the project was eventually seen as a total failure. Now, critics say 99 Originals has the same framework, just dressed up with better branding, dramatic storytelling, and fresh promises, but still lacking clarity. Once the buzz died down, the pattern became hard to ignore. Use fan loyalty to generate cash, promise perks like DAO access, revenue sharing, and collectibles, then delay or quietly fade out when things get tricky. And just like before, once questions started piling up, legal filings began popping up too. Online voices are now saying this feels like CryptoZoo all over again, just upgraded with slicker marketing and louder hype.
Just a little. It's called 99 Originals. You may have seen me running around with this little Polaroid camera, right?
What's it for? Why has he always got that thing?
And yes, it's an NFT project. But it's so much more. It's so much more. I believe it's going to take NFT from 1.0 to 2.0.
Comments about 99 Originals are flooding in fast, and most of them aren't exactly glowing. One frustrated user posted, "You're lying! You still haven't gotten 1% from your last fight." Another jumped in questioning the entire idea, saying, "What's the point of paying thousands for a Polaroid of a guy? What's the resale value supposed to be? If you've got $45,000 just lying around, maybe donate it or something." This makes no sense. That kind of reaction perfectly captures how many people are starting to feel, like these projects are totally disconnected from everyday reality. Another commenter even asked if Logan could create something regular, working-class fans could actually afford. And that question keeps coming up for a reason. A lot of fans feel priced out, even though they're the ones being targeted hardest by all the marketing. Someone else added a bit of sarcasm, asking whether the promised 1% of revenue still counts if Logan's opponent doesn't actually pay him. That hit home because it exposed how unclear that promise really was. People are now questioning which fight the 1% even referred to, or if it was ever clearly defined in the first place. Others have started joking that maybe the payout is planned for decades down the line. But the humor masks frustration. It shows how shaky those early promises look in hindsight, especially with zero public proof that anyone ever received the supposed revenue share. And while all this backlash is growing louder, Logan has turned his attention to his latest legal issue. He recently filed a temporary restraining order against Heritage Auctions over a piece of signed court wood linked to Michael Jordan. That same collectible is reportedly tied into his 99 Originals project, which makes the situation even more tangled. So now, this isn't just about a familiar formula repeating itself. Fans and collectors are openly calling out the inconsistencies, questioning the promises, and flooding the internet with comments that reveal just how unrealistic some of these claims sound once you look at them closely.
After Logan got scammed for $3.5 million on fake Pokemon cards, he had to up the ante, and he uploaded a video in which he spent even more money on one Pokemon card.
They want $4 million.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Let me call my people. I really want it.
Now, why can't he give some of this money to the CryptoZoo? Anyway, well, that's a side point. We'll move on.
This is where the gap between hype and reality becomes impossible to ignore, and where the legal pressure around Logan Paul just keeps building. Many are now asking the same question. Why take these moves, and why now? From the outside, the timing doesn't seem random at all. Logan is still tangled up in the aftermath of the CryptoZoo situation, along with his ongoing defamation battle involving CoffeeZilla. Those problems haven't disappeared, and the financial stakes tied to them are serious. If the courts eventually rule against him, Logan could be ordered to return large sums to investors. And that possibility alone is enough to make anyone nervous. That's why some critics believe these fresh controversies might not be coincidences at all, but distractions from the bigger unresolved issues still hanging over him. Instead of keeping the spotlight on those open cases, lawsuits, and promises, attention keeps shifting toward new dramas, new narratives, and the next viral headline. Several creators who've been tracking Logan's career have pointed out this exact pattern before. They say it's not the first time public focus has suddenly moved away from accountability. People keep bringing up earlier situations that followed the same rhythm, like the Pokemon card stunt that ended up sparking even more controversy later on. Every time, it plays out the same way. Massive hype, massive money, then a wave of backlash, followed by a strategic pivot before any real resolution happens. Critics argue it's not accidental, but a calculated way to protect both his image and his revenue streams. And even now, Logan's earnings remain huge. From his YouTube content to his impulsive podcast and high-profile WWE appearances, the money keeps flowing. As the conversation around 99 Originals continues to grow, the atmosphere surrounding Logan Paul feels more unpredictable than ever. Everywhere you look, Reddit threads, YouTube comment sections, and NFT forums, people are dissecting every move he makes. Some still believe he's trying to innovate and merge storytelling with digital art, but others see it as the same pattern repeating again and again. Big promises, emotional branding, flashy marketing, and then silence when the hard questions start rolling in. What's really interesting is how divided the audience has become. On one side, loyal supporters argue that Logan's a visionary who keeps pushing boundaries in entertainment and business. They say his creative risks are misunderstood, that he's trying to redefine how celebrities interact with fans in a digital world. On the other side, critics call it another performance, an illusion of transparency wrapped in high-gloss storytelling. And honestly, that contrast couldn't be sharper. After all, 99 Originals wasn't sold as just another NFT collection. It was marketed as a once-in-a-lifetime archive, a window into Logan's soul, his travels, his struggles, and his triumphs. Each Polaroid photo was supposed to capture a moment of vulnerability, something real. Logan even claimed he carried the same camera across continents, documenting his journey for 99 days straight, sometimes sleeping in cars, other times missing flights just to chase truth through art. That kind of story pulled people in. It made fans feel like they weren't just buying a token, they were investing in a piece of his legacy. The problem is, once money enters the picture, emotion can only carry things so far. Buyers started realizing they weren't getting consistent updates or concrete details about what came next. The DAO that was promised, the supposed community space where holders could vote on decisions, has barely shown signs of life. Many holders claim they haven't seen clear proof of where Treasury funds went, or how they were used to support the project. Others say the vibe turned cold the moment the spotlight moved elsewhere. That's where the tension really started brewing, between the promise of community and the feeling of being left in the dark. And here's where things get complicated. The NFT world itself has changed massively since the early boom. Prices have dropped, investor enthusiasm has faded, and the market is way more skeptical now. People want accountability, receipts, and genuine updates, not just cinematic storytelling. But Logan's projects often seem built around spectacle first and details second. That's why when the heritage auction situation popped up, people immediately connected the dots. They saw another example of high-profile drama tied to a collectible, overlapping with a digital project that already raised eyebrows. According to reports, Logan's legal filing claimed he was misled in some way regarding the authenticity of a signed Michael Jordan court floor piece. Heritage Auctions, one of the biggest names in the collectibles world, has yet to make a detailed public response, but insiders say this case could get messy. The interesting part, that collectible allegedly played a role in the 99 Original story. So this isn't just about a single lawsuit, it's about a pattern where art, hype, and controversy keep blending into one another. Fans are questioning whether these grand concepts are genuine creative ventures or elaborate distractions meant to steer the public eye away from ongoing legal headaches like the CryptoZoo fallout. Meanwhile, critics have started piecing together a timeline that paints a bigger picture. Every time serious questions arise about one project, a new announcement or dramatic twist appears soon after. When Crypto Zoo was under fire, Logan dropped teasers for 99 Originals. Now that collectors are questioning 99 Originals, the Michael Jordan collectible dispute is taking the headlines. To many watchers, it feels like a cycle of diversion, always moving fast enough to outrun the noise. But that strategy seems to be losing power. Audiences are smarter now. They follow blockchain transactions, check contracts, and share screenshots in real time. You can't just charm your way out of skepticism anymore. And as more people look closer, the trust gap keeps widening. Still, there's something undeniably magnetic about how Logan handles controversy. Whether it's intentional or not, he knows how to turn chaos into attention. Every headline, every court filing, every unexpected twist fuels more views, more debate, more clicks. That attention translates into relevance, and in the influencer world, relevance is currency. But even that has limits, because when credibility fades, so does long-term value. And that's what's really on the line here. For years, Logan Paul has balanced between being a showman and a businessman, between authenticity and spectacle. 99 Originals was supposed to be the bridge that proved he could merge both sides. A serious, artistic statement that redeemed the chaos of his past. Instead, it's becoming another example of how trust, once broken, is almost impossible to rebuild. It's not just about money anymore, it's about reputation. In the digital era, public faith can't be bought or spun forever. Fans who feel ignored turn into critics fast. Projects that once sold out in minutes now struggle to find buyers. And while Logan's name still pulls major attention, that doesn't guarantee loyalty, especially when so many feel burned before. At the same time, there's an undeniable truth. Logan Paul has built an empire through adaptability. He's survived multiple waves of backlash, reinvented himself countless times, and turned controversy into a business model. From YouTube scandals to boxing to WWE, he's found ways to stay relevant in industries that eat people alive. That resilience is impressive, but it also raises the question, how many times can someone bounce back before people stop buying the act? Right now, the answer seems uncertain. His next moves will decide whether 99 Originals becomes another forgotten NFT headline or a genuine comeback story. If Logan truly wants to restore trust, he'll need to move differently this time. Less flash, more follow-through. People want transparency, proof, and consistency. Without that, even his most devoted fans might eventually walk away. Still, one thing's for sure, Logan Paul has never been predictable. Every setback, every controversy, every lawsuit somehow fuels the next chapter of his story. Whether that story ends in redemption or collapse, everyone's watching closely. Because, like it or not, Logan knows how to keep the world talking. Brand deals like Prime Hydration and ventures such as Feastables with Mr. Beast keep the cash flowing for Logan Paul, no matter what kind of storm surrounds him. That's exactly why so many people say refunds and real accountability never seem to come first. From their point of view, this isn't about solving problems. It's about outlasting the noise and turning every controversy into another spotlight moment. Whether that argument holds up in court is still uncertain, but the repetition of these events has made people much more skeptical than before. At this point, one thing is crystal clear. Logan Paul keeps making serious money, even while major backlash follows him from platform to platform. From the outside, it doesn't look like refunds or investor paybacks are high on the list of priorities. Critics argue that if these projects weren't designed with transparency from the beginning, then there's little incentive to fix the mess afterward. That's why so many believe these aren't random missteps, but calculated money plays. Strategic moves dressed up as creative innovation. What makes it even more frustrating for his critics is how the system works in his favor. Even when people watch Logan's content just to call him out, drop angry comments, or make reaction videos tearing him apart, it still benefits him financially. Every click, every mention, and every outrage post turns into engagement, which boosts his visibility and drives in revenue. That's the loop many believe Logan understands better than almost anyone else in the influencer world. Outrage doesn't damage him, it sustains him. He's managed to turn negativity into a business model, one where even backlash fuels more interest, more sales, and more brand attention. To his critics, it's infuriating. To his supporters, it's proof of how smartly he plays the game. Either way, the results speak for themselves. His empire keeps expanding. Still, the road ahead could get rougher. Logan is now facing potential civil issues tied to both CryptoZoo and 99 Originals. Legal analysts and commentators have pointed out that investor lawsuits could continue piling up, and if class action cases move forward, the financial impact could easily reach into the millions. While no official verdict has been reached, several related court filings already exist, including temporary restraining orders connected to collectible disputes like the one involving heritage auctions. And if that wasn't enough, regulators might start circling too. Agencies such as the Federal Trade Commission or the Securities and Exchange Commission could decide to review whether any NFT or crypto-related promotions violated guidelines about misleading claims or improper disclosures. That doesn't necessarily mean criminal charges are likely, those are still rare, but they're not impossible either. If investigators ever determined clear intent to deceive, the situation could escalate quickly. Even without that, though, the financial and reputational fallout could hit hard. The bigger picture is that Logan's career has always run on momentum. Fast, bold, and flashy. His entire brand thrives on hype, on pushing limits, and on keeping people watching. From his early YouTube controversies to the boxing ring, the wrestling arena, and now the NFT world, Logan's mastered the art of staying relevant. But that same non-stop energy that made him famous might also be what keeps landing him in hot water. Right now, every piece of that image, the influencer, the businessman, the entertainer, is under a microscope. The public isn't just watching his content. They're dissecting his every move, reading contracts, and analyzing blockchain transactions to see what's real and what's not. Transparency isn't optional anymore. It's demanded. The more silent he stays, the louder the questions get. And those questions are growing fast. People are asking why the buyback promises from CryptoZoo still seem incomplete, why 99 Originals holders aren't receiving consistent updates, and why new ventures keep launching while the old ones remain unresolved. Every unanswered detail fuels more doubt. What makes this moment different, though, is how much is riding on it. Logan Paul isn't just a YouTuber anymore. He's a global brand. He's got corporate partners, mainstream visibility, and millions invested across industries. When you reach that level, every controversy doesn't just threaten your image, it threatens entire business networks. If trust continues to erode, that ripple effect could stretch far beyond NFTs or collectibles. Yet, somehow, Logan always manages to keep moving forward. Whether it's a boxing announcement, a podcast headline, or a new product line, he stays in motion. That resilience might be the very reason he's still standing while so many other influencers have faded away. But the big question now is whether the public's patience will hold up through yet another round of damage control. There's a growing sense that something has to give. That either Logan finally delivers true transparency and resolution, or the audience starts tuning out for good. Because at this point, fans aren't just curious, they're exhausted. The constant pattern of hype, backlash, apology, and reinvention can only go so far before people stop buying the act. Still, love him or hate him, Logan Paul knows how to keep the world watching. His story has always been one of reinvention, risk, and relentless self-promotion. Maybe this time will be different. Maybe he'll surprise everyone and finally follow through on all those promises. Or maybe this will become just another chapter in a long line of cautionary tales about fame, money, and ambition in the digital age. Either way, this story isn't over yet. The pressure is building, the scrutiny is intense, and the next move could define his entire future. So if you've got thoughts about how this will play out, drop them down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into the stories shaping pop culture, and share this video so more people can join the discussion. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.